doing, everybody?
We're doing great.
I'm back.
Bless you back.
Oh,
Well,
oh no. Oh,
we'll
there you
start
are.
off the conversation. Well, do we have an elk in possession?
Dude, we do not have an elk. Complete change of plans, but I'm leaving tomorrow evening to go on a Colorado elk hunt. So this is my second lap, but the first one got pushed to a later date and turned into a mess just with the number of elk that were there, yada yada. So we're trying this again. I went out west, did a little bit of deer hunting, and it was slow. So now
That kind
next we're hiking. I've got a lose you or lose me.
I don't know if that was you breaking up or me, but I should have good internet tonight where I'm at. So I don't know who it was. Somebody let
There
me
we
know.
are.
But appreciate everybody starting out the night show really good with a 25K crappie connection. You guys are rocking it. But let me know if this is Dustin messing up or me. Got a really good show and got some special news tonight as well. We'll see if Dustin gets back on. But yeah, somebody chime in here on the comments and let me know if it was Dustin or who. Um,
Hey,
let's see
Sugar.
who it is real quick. I got some special stuff to tell you tonight. I have really good Wi-Fi. Dustin, okay. Thanks, Mike. Appreciate that. Like I said, I got a lot of special news tonight. I'm up here at Lake Washington, as you can kind of tell in the background. Now, I'm still doing the remodel.
There we go.
There we go. We'll
So,
see if Dustin.
so is it me? Is it me taking off?
That was you because we got the comments.
Okay.
Dustin messing up. So
Okay.
that's
Got you.
definitely.
Well, I'm trying to get my internet back going, but it looks like everything's good. Who knows? Who knows?
It's a
Anyways,
challenge every week.
sorry. Yeah.
But yeah, I'm up here at Lake Washington, still doing my remodel. I cannot wait to get through. A lot of you guys that's in construction, my hat's off to you for tackling this job every day. It's definitely challenging. Um, yeah, I got a lot of different news. Talked with Skylar this week about some things that's happening with Bobby Garland and some new products when they're going to be available and different things. I know one thing we had a lot of guys ask about apparel lately, and I'm talking about from the hats to some hoodies. They're going to be on LureNet this week, Thursday. So I don't know if it'll be the morning or afternoon, but LureNet will be carrying a lot of the new Bobby Garland apparel this week's coming out. I got some stuff for next week to kind of tell you too about some new products when they're going to
Honey.
be out on LureNet as well. But I'll wait till next week for some of that stuff. But like I said, use your discount code on that stuff. It should work just fine. It 25. Was it? What is my discount code? I know somebody knows. Let me get it on the screen. Let's see. Discount code. There it goes. There we go. Here's your discount code for lurenet.com, Crappie Connection 15 when you get ready to check out. But a lot like the camo hats, they'll be available this week. Like Dustin's supporting too, I
You
see.
bet. Well, you started looking so good in them that I had to just start wearing one myself. I may
Well,
take
thank
a hunting with you. Bet.
you. Mine's been
Is
fishing.
that probably that's your favorite hat, ain't it?
I would
Oh
say
man,
so, man.
I keep
They
going
just
off and
feel
off.
good. They just they work good, they feel good, and they look good. But myself, I fished every day last week. I fished Monday through Friday. This week I've been up here doing some remodel work, and I'll fish Thursday and Friday this week, and every day next week. And I got some things to tell you about how I seen the fish are starting to, transition into fall modes, and we're going to talk about that tonight. And we're going to talk about different ways to catch them during this time of year. So definitely, if you got questions, we're going to talk about. You need to go outside. You work so much better when you're outside. Let's see if we can get Dustin on here. He ain't working right. Yeah, Brandon, there will be on LureNet. Definitely nice hats, and more than these hats. There's some other ones that's going to be available on there as well. But for me, my today's bite. kicks back to last Friday. I went and we did some long lining. I think these fish are starting to really set up and suspend, and it's long lining season. Whenever fish are suspended, um, it is ideally, especially if they're aggressive, to pull jigs. I know some guys that are still pulling crankbaits right now.
Oh
So
my gosh,
suspended,
dude, I can't stay.
you're going to go outside. We'll see what's up with Dustin, but we're going to keep rocking, I can tell you. Uh, Crappie Kev, I am up at Lake Washington and I've got fiber. What's crazy is up here in the middle of the Mississippi Delta, I've got better internet than I do at my house right in the city limits of Ridgeland. So C Spire, hey, AT&T, we need some better internet at my house. Believe me, we have looked into it. But uh, hopefully mine's not jacked up tonight, Gregory. But for me, like I said, I really concentrated last week on suspended fish and really found them anywhere from about 8 foot. And usually in the mornings, there were a power in the water column until the daytime. They kind of started going down as the sun got up. But
My goodness.
uh,
I'm sorry, Brad. This is a struggle. Every time I get on, it's kicking me off. So I'm trying to things on the phone.
so let's see. We're going to keep working on it. But, and like I said, I really targeted suspended fish from Ross Barnett to Eagle Lake. Went to both of those lakes last week and caught fish suspended. Both lakes, I definitely think they're on the fall pattern. On Ross Barnett, the itty bit slab hunters were really good for me. Colors, I would say, I'm trying to remember back. It seems like forever ago when I fished last week, but natural tones, the double silver rainbow, monkey milk, purple monkey, and anything natural tone, shad colored was really good on Barnett for me. I went over to Eagle Lake and fished and really concentrated on suspended fish there as well. And I found those fish, some of them were as high as 4 or 5 foot in the water column, but as the day progressed, they kind of went down. We started out live scoping and then we moved over to long lining. And I really wish I would have long lined all day just for the simple fact that lake had so much bait fish in it. It was really
Trying to move where
hard
it's better
to
service.
actually see your baits going down through all the shad. So it was really challenging on that side of things, just seeing your bait with all the bait fish in there. Um, but yeah, we're going to talk about you guys, how you're catching them right now. Are you back?
Hey, I'm almost back. I'm setting up a new thing, trying to get better service. So hang in there, Brad.
You you keep working on there.
Yeah, I'm
Um,
in here in the bathroom on the toilet. I'm just joking.
might have to go outside.
We're gonna try this. See.
Oh, Greg's, he said his internet is jacked up. I get it. I understand, man. It's a struggle here too. But
Yeah, my internet's not even connecting. It has been doing good. So we'll see. We're gonna try this for a little bit. See how many times I get thrown off.
I want to hear you guys fishing reports, and we're going to come through there and your questions. I'm going to get to every single question that we can tonight. Another kind of news that I noticed this afternoon on you guys on YouTube. We need some help. We need 4 more subscribers to hit 16,000 on YouTube. So we're at
Oh,
15,996 subscribers on YouTube. So definitely, if you watch us at all on YouTube, make sure you hit that subscribe button. It helps us out every single week. Right now, we're sitting at 76 likes between the two platforms. We're going to bust 250 tonight, even with
yeah, that's weak. That's weak. That's like the
even
signal. This
with
week, like my
Dustin's
signal. Yeah, yeah.
internet. We're going to still
This
bust
first 10
250.
minutes been brutal. Yeah,
Yeah,
we got this. We're back. We're back. Let me. My screen's all. There we go. There we go. Man, everything's starting to look a lot better here. Things are looking up. Watch me pop off here in just a second.
no, you're good right now.
So,
I see
so
Danny's report.
go ahead.
I just want to read this report. I don't want to get too far behind. But this is
Yeah.
Danny. He's on YouTube. Fish today after a cold front, and the fish was not aggressive. Still caught them about 14 great keepers, and I cannot over in Georgia. So definitely think that report. What kind of bait did you use, Danny? We'd love to hear
Was the lake in this interesting name?
That's one of those interesting ones.
Yeah.
What was you going to say?
I was going to give you my fishing report is still terrible because my trolling motor's still in the shop getting worked on from Garmin. It's been a disaster.
Oh,
So, but I have some good reports for Grand. It's starting to pick up and do really well on structure. 15 to 25 foot of water. A lot of little fish that you have to weave through, but at least they're biting, and at least we got a lot of fish going on. So, I'd say off the channel on flats, 15 to 25 foot of water, and they're biting a jig pretty good. It's that time of year that you can hit this little window. They get really aggressive. So
yep.
it's kind of where we're at on Grand.
Yeah, I think this water, especially, we start getting below that 70 degrees, and that 60, even in the spring, is that magic
Oh
temperature
yeah,
range. Those fish get
Mhm.
aggressive. I think whether it's in the spring or
Yeah,
in the fall, like we're in that 60 degrees, just like
yep.
makes
They
them
start feeling good. So what's your water temp?
It was 73 beginning of the week in the mornings, and then it would move up to about 77. Of course, we were a lot warmer
Gotcha.
last week. You know,
Yeah.
it's cooled down. The nights are a lot cooler than they have been. So I'll find out Thursday when I'm back on the lake actually how
Yeah.
it's dipped down. But I'm ready for that 60-degree range. I think it's going to be really good.
You and me both. Yeah, we've had some cool weather push through as well. Some good north wind got them deer
Hmm.
moving a little bit.
It's getting that time for that as well.
Hey, Brandon Thomas came in with a good one. He said, "Have you read his yet?"
Oh, go ahead.
Okay. Lake Hudson water temperature 72 to 73, so about the same as you, Brad.
Hmm.
Excuse me. Fish migrating along 45-degree river channels and stacking up on stumps. Large schools as water temperatures drop. They've been moving 100 yards up lake. Just have to stay with them as temperatures cool.
Hmm.
Makes sense. Makes sense for sure. The bigger the school, the better. Some good action.
Ricky, he says, when do you use jigs with blades like Roadrunners? I think this fall, like the head turner, is going to be real key for me. Anytime these fish are getting aggressive and they're looking for bait, you see them suspended, it's a great time to pull them. Cast them, anything that's going to get their attention. And that's when we come up with a head turner is to grab those fish's attention as they're out there suspended looking for bait. So you can cast them, you can jig them if you need to, but as they get
For
more
sure.
aggressive, I like using blades. So fall's going to be great for it. And really, I would say November and December are probably my favorite 2 months to long line troll.
Man. You'd rather snipe in the spring, I'm sure, but I figured the spring would be one of them.
Well, I mean,
Springtime
it's
would be
good too, but typically what happens in the spring is the water gets muddy a lot.
Oh yeah, you're right.
And that
Flooding.
visibility of those fish whenever they're out there, they'll hit
Yeah.
them if they can see them,
Yeah, good point.
but usually in a
Eric Berge, I believe is how you pronounce the last name. Fishing report from Central Illinois. He said several cold fronts have come through in the past week. Water temperature has fallen to low 70s to 59 as of today. You really got some cold water. The crappie bite is on fire right now. Open water 10 to 15 foot with active fish around 6 to 8 foot. June bug chartreuse slider and a hair jig has been the ticket. Hey, that June bug is a killer color.
Yep, BG's got that June bug as well for you.
Yeah, for
That's one of
sure.
my Lake Darbone years ago. Whenever I can't remember what I did yesterday, Harley, but I can tell you where I caught colors of baits. But Lake Darbone over in Louisiana, June bug chartreuse was really a hot color there for me years ago.
Yeah, June bug chartreuse is a good one. I've used it a lot.
Hmm. Daryl's asking, how do you find crappies on the Harris Chain in Florida, shallow lakes? You know, I wish I
We
knew a
got to
lot.
have somebody.
And we talked a lot about those Florida lakes last week with Nicholas on here. And that's where he guides out. It's all through there. But, you know, he's catching them pulling even right now. Suspended fish. He said he caught some on the bottom last week as well. But as that water cools down and those fish are coming up, long line trolling is going to be good. Of course, live scope is going to be good as well. But we're gonna you can catch them either way down there, I'm sure.
No doubt. Brian Wade, said, I believe your guys' 60s are like our lower 50, mid 40 because our water freezes up here.
Yeah.
Brian, that's a good point. Our water does freeze as well, but I get to what you're saying. We're definitely behind certain states for sure.
Um, Josh,
Anthony.
Minnesota ticket for in northern Arkansas. I would bet some BGs would be a good ticket up there too to punch.
Oh, yeah. No doubt, especially this time of year. Anthony Richardson, I was wondering about that tournament he was talking about fishing. He was doing some scouting for, and I'm glad to hear a report for it. He said he fished a tournament this past Saturday, Central North Carolina. Water temps high 60s, low 70s.
Yep.
Found fish holding to brush in open water groups. Could only get one fish per group to bite. Used itty bits, hair jigs, minnows. Not much action. Fish seem to be in a funk right now. Thanks for the show this week. Thanks, guys. Man, that sounds like a pretty good report. I'd love to give you the answer and tell you what you could have done or what you did wrong, but sometimes that is crappie fishing. One fish per group. One fish per group is just the days you have sometimes. I've had several of them. You just got to hit a lot of groups to catch one per group, but hopefully you did well in it, man, and just keep continuing getting better.
For me, and I tell my clients all the time when we come across like fish like that, is we're gonna catch those dumb ones real quick and move
That's
on.
right.
And if that's a pattern that you see, hey, go catch you one or two off them and turn that trolling motor up, throw that range out, and keep
Yep.
going. Even
Cover
like
rod.
covering water is the name of the game for me. Is
Yep.
not all of them's going to bite every day. That's for sure.
Oh, John Lee's got a heck of a good plan for Friday. He said, I'm going to pull some jigs Friday, have them scoping and pulling in 10 to 20 foot of water. Blue chrome,
Blue,
100%.
I know.
Hey, that's the pool and color. If I was ever to go and do it right now, just because I've seen Brad's boat full of those colors several times.
It's
That one and double silver rainbow. Them two
yeah,
right there, you whack them on.
it's definitely a good one. Uh,
What's the one with purple in it, Brad? Don't you pull one with purple quite a bit?
Junebug chartreuse has
Oh yeah, June
also
bug. Okay.
Vegas for a solid bait is that purple pinkish with glitter in it. Vegas
Hmm.
has always been one of my favorite colors as well. I know if you're not familiar with these names, they're all Bobby Garland unique colors that they
Yeah,
come up with through the years. Um,
they're easy to find.
Thump last week and I didn't mention that color, which is a new color. I used last week on the itty bits, and it's kind of like a monkey milk bottom, and it's laminated with a chartreuse top to it. But Thump last week was dangerous on Barnett as far as catching fish. It was a really good.
Putting it to one that stood out. Larry Gandy, he said he's looking to purchase a new trolling motor. What do you recommend for an 18-foot bass boat, possibly an Ultrex, for electronics and spot lock? Question mark.
Mhm.
Let's just see.
I like it.
Yeah, I'm a Garmin guy, so it's either way. I would say I've never had an issue with Garmin until now, so it's been a while, and I feel like a lot of it was my fault for not updating it and doing whatever. And I will say the place I went through when they had to take it off and go through it all, they said Garmin was the least amount of trolling motors they get in by far. Everything else was 2 times as much coming in.
Yeah.
So it made me feel a little bit better, but you can't go wrong with an Ultrex either. I've used both, and they're really, really solid trolling motors. And if you were asking for electronics, like what type of electronics, I'd be going with Garmin. If you're talking about like live scoping or anything like that, Garmin's pretty hard to beat right now.
Yeah, I've been running a Garmin force trolling motor for 4 years, and I think it's like probably got 100,000 miles on it between
Oh yeah.
fishing
Hey,
bait.
mine made it 5 years with no updates or nothing. So it was one of them
Yeah,
one time
you can't
deals.
complain about that either.
No, you
And I'm
can't.
not
Using
fussing
the
about
tow motor 5 years. Yeah, yeah.
Um, James asking, he said, "How long of a line do you let out while long lining now?" For me, no matter when it is, I like to play with some of that length. And one of the things I did pick up with last week, as those fish I felt were going deeper during the daytime, I would actually let out the bell and I'm always going to tell you guys. A lot of you guys know what I'm going to say already, but just a really good long cast.
Good cast. Yeah, I was about to say that, but then you were making me think. Wait a minute.
Yeah, but if I feel like those fish are going a little bit deeper and the sun's getting higher, I will open the bell and do like one or two pulls and just see if I can pick up a little bit more pattern with it. But for me, and that's going to be a good long cast is going to be 60 to 80 foot. The main factors when it comes to long lining will be your speed of your boat and the size of the jig heads. Number one. Um, we've been wanting a 32nd ounce, and I'll let a little cat out of the bag. On the head turners, they're about to be available. I'll let you know next week when. I've been really excited about those too.
Yeah, yeah. Smaller with that will be a killer for sure.
Brian, he says, looking forward to coming down to Sardis for the first week of December. That is a great time to come down there, Brian.
Yeah.
Sardis, I've seen some guys smoke them. I don't know if I've ever fished Sardis in December.
I
Um,
remember seeing stuff. I believe it was last December. I knew it was an awkward time of year that they were killing them. I'm like, man, that lake must be something.
oh yeah.
Brandon Thomas, he said the Bobby Garland's double silver rainbow split tail, which he's probably talking of a minnow minder, I would imagine, if it was a split tail. But has caught 100 for me over the years. Is
Mm,
there a split tail, Brad, or is it going to be
yeah,
the minnow minder?
they do make the double silver rainbow in the split tail. Um,
Gotcha.
I'm sure it's available on LureNet.
Yeah.
Whenever I'm using
Yeah.
double silver rainbow, it's going to be typically now in the
Yeah.
stroller and also the itty bit slab hunters.
Man, I get on a kick. Just it's this time of year through. I just got done talking actually to Skylar saying double silver rainbow from now until spring is just a killer. On the sunny, cold days, that double silver rainbow just sits there and shines and glistens like a wounded shad. It is hard to represent that bait any better or represent a shad any better.
Yeah. John Lee, I knew he would help me out on the question here when it comes to long
Oh
lining.
yeah.
He nailed it exactly right. You can tell we fish together. uh,
Eric
lost,
Berge, he said, do you prefer a different line for different presentations? For example, braid over fluorocarbon or mono? Thank you. That's actually a really good question. A really
yeah,
good question, especially for pooling and stuff, Brad.
yeah. For line size, I'm going to tell you, I use 6 pound mono 99% of the time. Now, if I'm wanting to go super deep, I have downsized it to 4 pound. I don't think there's no way to go less than 4 pound really with these, some of these bigger fish that we get to catch. Um, I have gone up to 10 pound and even 12 pound if the fish are really, really shallow in the water column. The heavier the line is, the higher they're going to run in the water column, and vice versa. The thinner the line, the deeper they're going to run. As far as long line and mono all the time. Um, Fluorocarbon, I like fluorocarbon on a long rod. That's what I've been using, and I copied the Hayden Hammer on that. Uh,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean, I've been using 12 pound for the last couple of years. Fluorocarbon, and I really like it. The only thing that
Uh,
you got to watch out for fluorocarbon is when it gets freezing water temps.
yeah. Yeah. If it frays at all, that line's snapping
Yep, it freezes
for
in.
sure. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. But what do you like, Dustin?
Man, I'm the same way. I'm like 4 to 6 pound mono for casting and pitching to them at all. And then I'll go 8 to 10 pounds. I'm not afraid to go with sniping them like that because I'm netting a lot of the fish too, if it's clients or just swinging it up. So if I'm boat flipping them and tournament fishing and going hard though, that 12 pound fluoro is hard to beat when you're just fishing straight down. Anything else, I'm 6 to 8 pounds with a light action rod,
Yep,
just letting them fight a little bit, slip corking, anything I'm doing with it, I'll
yep,
be doing that. And I don't mind using mono, sniping them either. I'll do that too. 10, 12 pound mono does me just as well. Just you can let them have it a little bit more. I feel like fluoro's got a little less give. Mono, you can really smack them with it.
yeah.
There's that text message.
It comes through my computer. Uh,
Uh-huh.
Let's see.
Let's see. Steve Reynolds got a good question too. He said, "Do you guys use different forward-facing sonar color based on the sunny or cloudy days, etc.?" I don't anymore, Steve. I did for a little bit, and then I just got to where I just really don't think it's that big a difference to mess with at all. When you find a color you're comfortable with, you can just stick with it and go with it, in my opinion.
Even the only time I will play with color as far as on the screen is in the spring with pollen. Now I've noticed that you can change your color palette with there's a lot of pollen in there, and sometimes it'll help uh, you know
Distorted.
fight that. So
Yeah,
that's typically
yeah.
the only time. And I run Amber, just the factory that when you open a box and hook it up, that's on there. I've been running
Mhm.
Amber for a while, and I play around with the green emerald and the blue. But I've always seemed to go back to the amber.
I'm an emerald guy. I always have been, and I feel like once you get comfortable and you get stuck with one, you just go with it. I don't know if mini's better than others, but
Courtney,
Courtney Sanders, she said, hey, oh, go ahead, buddy. You want to get it?
she says she's a little
Uh,
sad tonight. So I mean,
Yeah,
Courtney,
I know. I know. We got to dig into this a little bit. Let's get into this. She said, "Hey, y'all, I'm a little sad tonight that me and Dad don't have any more tournaments until next year. But
Mhm.
I had an amazing year this year with that big win and then being on the Crappie Connection with y'all.
Yeah.
Me and Dad were using B&M fishing poles with an eye hole jig with toughies. I hope y'all have a wonderful week." You
Well,
know how long, Courtney? You know how long it took me to figure out what toughies were until
cool.
I got to slang. Yeah, I'm like, toughies. I ain't never heard of that bait company. I ain't never heard of that. But she's talking about Minners, them old Minners.
Yeah.
But
Um,
yeah, Courtney, that tournament season will be right back around in the corner. Uh, while you got the time off, just keep practicing and whacking some more fish so you can outfish your dad some more.
yeah.
We'll have you back on when you win next time.
There you go. Uh, Tyler, mono all the time. No, for me, it's if I'm a long pole, it's probably gonna be fluorocarbon unless it's cold. But other than that, it's gonna be mono. Not a braid guy. Sorry, I'm
Yeah.
just not a braid
If he's asking me when I said I can mainly go mono, is Tyler mono is so much smoother for me and so much less tangly. Like even fluoro has a lot of memory in it if you get some heavier fluoro to where if you're trying to cast it just unravels and goes into rat nest. And I've tried to do the heat it up and spool it on and just I
guy.
have way more struggle with fluoro in my opinion, casting or doing anything.
Absolutely.
So if I'm just dipping straight down, I don't mind it because I feel like you do feel a little extra and it cuts through that water good and just fishes clean when you're fishing straight down and straight up because you're not casting or having to reel it or mess with it. You're just dipping and ripping. So that's why I'm going mono most of the time. It's just a lot smoother for me.
Another difference in between mono and fluorocarbon is mono will float somewhat. It doesn't sink. Fluorocarbon
Yeah.
sinks. So whenever we're chasing down fish, we want those
Yeah.
baits to get down them quicker the
Yeah.
better. So just that line that actually sinks. Does it
Yeah.
help
Yeah.
a lot? I can't tell you that, but
Yeah, and
that's
another
good.
one is when you're chasing those fish, especially Grenada or any lakes that the fish are running. When you move left or right with your line, that fluoro gets there a lot faster. Like Brad's saying, it's not going to drag near as bad as mono.
Mhm.
How big a difference? It's when you're trying to catch 1 ounce heavier fish, like when you're tournament fishing and really getting crazy. But it all works. But that fluoro does cut through the water a little bit better when you're trying to get through it.
Got 211 people watching right now, 154 likes. So, guys, we got about
We're
another
getting there.
go. We're getting there. We got some more people that hadn't hit the button for us yet, so make sure you do that for us as well.
The
Um,
best crappie fishing dentist in the world just entered the house, and I wonder if he's hit that like button yet. Come on, Steven. How you doing, buddy?
who's hit the like button? That's what. Who's actually
Yeah, that's right.
we like to
Is there a tournament coming up that we can guess the weight on? I'm
yeah.
ready for one of those. Oh
Um,
man.
Mitch, Lost Viking. Thanks, Mitch, for helping us out. You guys are great. That go back and help each other out on this deal. But he was asking earlier what size hooks to use for the itty bit slab hunters. And the Overbite series is great. Of course, everybody going to know. I'm going to tell you, orange. I love orange colored jig heads.
Yeah, I do. I go through a lot of different color jig heads. Some work some days and some don't. But I've used the 24th or 32nd crappie Moglo head. They have some just that fit those itty bits perfect and a pretty mean hook on them. But same thing with his overbites. They just fit them right and they have a lot of backbone to them.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely got. I got a lot of people. They're saying we got 173, so it jumped up pretty quick. So
Look at that.
thank you.
Yeah. Well, I just had to call them out a little bit.
I had to call them
Yeah.
out a bit. Uh, Calvin, he says, "Good evening, fellas. Getting colder in Illinois, and the bite is heating up." Yeah,
That's what I'm talking
I
about.
mean, fall bite's coming. If you're getting into crappie fishing and you think, "Man, I only can catch them during springtime," I'm here to
Think again.
think again. November, December are probably two of my favorite months to fish. Of course, I like them all, but they're great
Yeah.
months to fish coming up. We got some great fishing coming for you guys. Okay, Doug. He said tournament coming up on Saturday, Clinton Lake, Illinois. Guess the weight, guys. Doug,
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Hey, this is one me and Brad have nothing to do with this lake. I mean, we're not even close to any idea. So don't make fun of us when we're just several pounds off of this.
yeah.
But Clinton Lake, Illinois, and
Mhm.
there's a tournament, and you got to let us know when the tournament is. Does he say this
This
weekend?
Saturday. This coming Saturday.
Okay, this Saturday.
Yeah.
Oh man, here we go. Anybody that guesses the weight for this tournament, but you got to come back and tell us the weight and
No.
be honest.
Yeah. Only
Yeah,
knows.
I'd
I'm
like a screenshot of the winning weight.
587.
Wait, 5 fish or 7?
7.
Okay, 7 fish. 587. See, I was gonna go.
Here's another good tournament. I forgot about this because that's Nicholas is up there fishing it. Midwest Crappie Alliance have pick week this
Hey,
Thursday,
quick.
Friday, and Saturday, and that's going to be an
Oh,
interesting one.
jeez, that's a 3-dayer.
Yeah.
Man, I'm gonna go with that Clinton Lake. I'm with you, Brad. Just gonna go with if it's a 7 fish tournament. I'm going 701. It's gonna be a one. Well, I just look at when I hear Illinois, I think
Oh, it's
smaller
5.
crappie. Oh, it's a 5 fisher.
Yeah. That changes up.
501. 5.01 pounds for me. I just like I said, I don't see a lot of big fish coming from Illinois, but I
Yep.
could be wrong. There could be some giant lake fish there.
We got 568. That sounds pretty strong up there.
Oh
5
yeah, that does.
35. Eric, where's your guess? Um, you know, I'm gonna be a little negative. I'm gonna say a little under a pound average. I'm gonna do or did I already say my guess? I'm gonna say
No,
486.
486. Okay.
6.
Yeah, that ain't bad. That ain't bad. I think you're gonna be close. 501 and 46. If me and Brad win, guys, we get a lot of stuff from y'all.
Yeah, that's right. Um, uh, John, he's asking, what knot are you using with a fluorocarbon and mono? We're gonna be different here. I can tell you
I
guys.
was gonna say every single time we get it different. Yeah,
We're
I
gonna
bet if there was 3 of us, we all 3 would have something different.
probably
But
so.
I'm a Palomar knot guy through and through. Palomar knot. I'd still tie it. Always have. There's another knot I tie, maybe just like the old fisherman's knot or something. But that's just if my hands are freezing and I just can't get it back through or double the line over. But a Palomar knot is the only way to go. Don't listen to Brad when he tells you other stuff.
What knot am I gonna say?
Yeah, that's right. Are you gonna take the loop knot?
I'm gonna say loop knot. I do like a
Yeah.
polymer knot whenever I'm using the head turner and crankbaits, just because I can cinch it down directly to that head. Um,
Yeah.
I will tie a
Yeah.
polymer knot then. But other than that,
I've se I've seen the loop knot do some damage. Uh,
yeah,
they're both good knots. That's the good thing about crappie
yeah,
fishing. Everybody does it different.
yeah. We're getting some guesses. There.
I've got a client that went with 17 different crappie guides,
Oh,
and he said not one guide did the same thing. He said everybody had their own way, and they all caught fish. Well,
yeah.
most of them all caught fish, and everybody did it has a whole different system and thinks that that's the only way to do it.
Oh, yeah. These are a great question. Jeff's asking. He said, "Can you guys explain the difference? excuse me, in the fall bite versus winter bite?" Always enjoy listening to you guys. Well, Jeff, thank you for tuning in. We can't do it without you guys, and a special thanks for Bobby Garland Bates for uh, doing this every week with us, supporting us, and letting us do and be a part of their great company and their great baits. So special thanks to them.
Absolutely. No
But yeah,
doubt.
for me, the difference between a true fall bite is going to be the aggressiveness of these fish. And it can trickle over into a winter bite if those fish get aggressive. But I think of a fall bite, aggressive fish suspended up, and I think of a winter bite from us when I think below water of 40 or 45 and below. Those fish get a little bit more lethargic. They're going to want to bait
Oh, yeah.
sit right there in front of them, and you know. One of the biggest keys of Bobby Garland baits, and I'm gonna let the cat out of the bag, is soft plastic. If you get a hard plastic, it doesn't have that movement as this soft plastic does, especially on a winter bite.
Yeah,
Um,
especially on the steel. I agree.
on a winter bite, that's right. Got some good guesses still coming there. 589,
Oh
556.
yeah.
Uh,
You better send us a screenshot of that win and wait for
yeah,
sure.
right, they're coming in there.
I
Chip,
can't wait to
thanks for
win.
that 25K crappie connection on there as well.
Oh, Chiplot,
Yes, sir.
my man. He's gonna be he should have a fishing report. Chip, how did you do at Hudson? Did you get to go out and how did it go?
Yeah, we like those fish reports, and
Uh-huh. I
got some
was I was
other.
supposed to take
On
go
some.
ahead.
I was just saying that next week got some more news coming out about the new products when they're going to be available on LureNet. Also, as I said in the kind of the beginning of the show, new apparel, new hats is dropping this coming Thursday, and like some of the newer stuff
Uh-oh.
will be next week. We're still trying to fine tune what day they're going to come out. But use your discount code. It helps you guys out, but also helps us out by letting uh, the great folks over at Bobby Garland know that you guys are utilizing what we're putting out as well. 208 likes, so we've got about 42 to hit
Oh,
that
we're almost there. Almost there.
in there, inch by inch, like by like, kind of like a remodel. It's nail by nail.
Yeah, that's right.
Don't be showing out now. You've been doing good. You're back. You're good now. He's a little gun shy. You see that? Mudfisher says, if you can't tie a knot, tie it a lot. That's kind of rhyming. Loop knot,
That's what you'll end up doing.
yeah. Loop knot's very simple, and I can kind of explain it to you right here, right now. Is you just take your line, run it through the eyelet, pinch your lines together really tight, and form a loop over your fingers. And I always pinch the very bottom of where those lines intersect, and I'll just run my jig through there 3 times, and then I'll kind of hold it where they're cinched together and pull it closed. That's a loop knot.
Man, there's so many things to do in that knot, guys. Hang in there. I'm sorry if that was real confusing. The
That's easy.
Palomar knot's much simpler. Listen,
Oh,
the Palomar knot's much simpler. Take this. I'm gonna take this
oh,
cord right here. Oh,
got a cord out on me. I see. Try it again. Well, see, it's not even working. He can't even get on the internet and do it right. So that knot's not going to work that well.
oh man! Don't tell me I'm on this whole time. It looks like I'm off.
No, you're on.
There we go.
Try your
I'm
knot.
back. The whole time it was black, and I didn't. I thought I was off, but here we go. So you just double your line up like this, and
Okay.
here's your eyelet of the. Now who's telling you how to do this better now? Here's your eyelet of your hook. You run that through like that. So now you got your line doubled. This is so hard to do. Your line's doubled. You take this doubled line. Oh, let me get rid of this. Hang on. Sorry, guys.
See, that knot's not
Okay,
working
I'm
that
gonna
well.
act like I'm still on here. So your line's doubled through there. You just take this bad boy, run it through, and you make that knot. And hit this is your hook. You run your hook through this hole right here,
Oh,
and
yeah. I
then you
see.
pull her tight. And there's your Palomar knot. Now tell me that ain't the way to go.
Now, I will give it to
Oh,
you for having the best, visual.
okay.
So it's not really a fair competition that you're doing here. So,
I thought I was off the whole time. So you saw it? You got to see the whole
yeah,
thing?
yeah,
Okay,
I
sweet.
saw it.
There we go. It's just so simple. See, I'm not a very smart guy. Yours seems like, Ken can tie one of those about as fast as it gets, and he'll say, "What? There's nothing to it." And he could do it with
Oh,
the
yeah,
lights off. I bet you could
I can.
probably do it too. I
I could
guarantee
tie 'em back.
it. Could you really? We're gonna have to
Yeah.
test that.
Oh, I have a lot of wire
That
and stuff here, but I don't have any fishing line right here
you're
available.
like, come on, give me something, I'll do it. That's
Look for
funny.
a wire. Chippy said he smoked them. 22-foot, schooled up and
Oh
aggressive.
man, I love to hear that, man. That's good stuff. I was supposed to take him out Sunday, I believe, and my trolling motor's still in the dang shop. So I had to let him go out there and freebird it. And look, he didn't even need me anyway. Now I would have been fun and a good. He's just wanted me in there just to make him laugh, probably. But still,
Yeah.
he didn't need me for no crappie catching. I knew he wouldn't.
Uh-huh.
But man, that's awesome, Chip. You're gonna have to give me a fishing report though, of kind of like what went on, where they're at. Because listen, if I could find some stuff like that, I'd be visiting Chip a lot more over there. So you text
Oh,
me after this, buddy.
Stephen, he said
That's
they've been
awesome.
getting them for 3 weeks on blue ice. Another Bobby Garland color. Absolutely just
Oh,
a
it's a killer. For some clear water, that's a killer too.
bread and
I would
butter,
recommend.
gotta catch them every
Yeah,
day kind of thing.
yeah.
Um, ETX Chris, Lake Tyler, Texas, caught a two-man limit by noon. Fish a structure tight to the bottom, 12 foot deep. Brought the biggest minnows at the bait shop. 3 to 4 nice fish per spot. They still moving a lot. That sounds good.
What I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about.
See, Mr. Charles Henderson, he would be fishing before you got yours tied, Dustin.
Oh man, dang it, Charles. What's he do? A loop knot? I'm sure.
Probably a loop knot.
Yeah, yeah.
Good old loop knot
Well,
there.
Charles, that's why you got to be a good fisherman because I'd have to catch up after I tied it. I guess you never know.
Mudfish, he said, been long line of jigs mid St. John's River lakes. Woodruff, Dexter, Bearshields, Ford. Last couple of weeks, fish, but no real size to them other than the occasional 12-inch. But I bet they all eat very good too, Mr. Mudfish.
Oh, 100%.
Eric, he's asking, what brand
Well,
line do you prefer?
that's another good one. I can't tell you how many I've been through, how many brands. Um,
I
To
got my
be honest, this is gonna make you laugh because it's kind of cheap and not really probably the best out there. But the Trilene XL smooth casting, just a 6 pound monofilament, is hard to beat, in my opinion. Out of all the fancy stuff, I've spent some money online, and that's hard to beat. Just go grab the Trilene XL smooth casting. It's a red box, and you can't miss it. It's all over everything. Walmart, Bass Pro, it'll be everywhere, and it's
gas
hard to
station,
beat.
truck stops.
Yeah, it'll be on a you ain't lying. It'll be at a gas station, truck stop.
It don't matter.
If you tie a Palomar knot, you ain't got to worry about it because that knot's so
Yeah.
good. It'll hold. That's good stuff.
K9, I've been using it on my 12 pound on my long ride. The 12 pound's been actually really good for me. Just a straight out mono, day in and day out. Sulfex is just 6 pound.
Suffix?
Mm,
Yeah, yeah.
I like it a
I,
lot.
I've tried it. It does me pretty well too. I've just not had luck with the. Do you use the lime color line? The visible.
Yeah, high vis,
What do they call that? High vis. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
high
Do you
vis.
use that? I
I use
got you.
it a
I
lot.
always
Now, I don't use it on my long ride just because I guess all I've ever bought just was the 12 pound
yeah.
clear.
Yeah.
But um, I like high vis if I'm long lining. And another thing that I've got on my poles right now is the Sulfex, but I've got it in orange and also high vis yellow, and I'll alternate. I'll start out with 8 foot, 12 foot, 16, and a 20 foot for as my poles that I'm using. But I'll start out. I think they are actually. Let me see. It goes green, orange, green, orange, and why? Why would you
For
alternate
tangling purposes,
for a
it's,
tank?
yeah. Well, see, yeah, you get to a certain age, you gotta see when you get to doing that. Hey, you gotta grab them glasses off that neck and snap
Yeah,
them
that's right.
together.
Put the most
Yeah,
snappers on this.
that's for sure.
Absolutely.
Mm. No, I don't blame you for that at all. If I was pulling, I'd have to do the same exact thing.
Calvin, I bet you it's at some truck stop. So he says it's not at truck stops, but I wouldn't be
Yeah, you never know. With Chilene, it may be.
out it. It's been a little
I've
everywhere.
seen it at several gas stations. Like it's funny you say that. I've seen that. I'm like, holy smokes, they're carrying it.
Um, 226. So we're inching there. That's what is that? About 24 to go. 27. All right, 227. So we're
That's
getting there,
what I'm
guys.
talking about. There
Long,
we go. We're gonna be there. We got 15 more minutes. We just need like a minute almost.
yeah, there you go. 3D for long lining. He uses 6 pound vicious Academy brand 6 pound orange. Sure,
You
you
know, there is actually a vicious. I believe it's vicious. That's called like invisible or something to do with like being really clear. And in clear water, I've used that Big Hill Lake, especially when you have huge schools of fish and they're super picky. That has been extremely well. Like I've got a lot of extra bites off that. I
yeah.
want to say it's something to do with invisibility line or something, or extra clear, something like that. But when I say it's clear, you can get some extra bites on finicky clear water fish with that.
Yeah.
If you got a bunch of black fish in a lake or clear water, they have that vicious line has a it's a blue box. I remember using that one year and it was like wow.
Danny's asking, so
And you would see the line sometimes.
what length rod do you live scope with and brand? I know we're different on this too, but that's all right.
Yeah, we are. Yeah, I would say I'm going to go 13 to 15 foot if I can get away with it. If the water's like murky and they're letting you get right on top of them, I try to use the shortest rod I can just for more controllability off of it.
Yeah.
Uh, but but heck, I'll use all the way to an 18 foot when I'm tournament fishing, like grenade on spooky fish that run. I'll use a long john too. So
Yeah.
I go through all the different sizes.
Day in and day out, if I'm long poling, I'm gonna use a 16 foot being in black diamond. It is just like a war horse. I mean, you could shoot it and it's gonna keep going and just keep catching
Yeah,
fish. I mean, you can't stop
yeah.
it and you're just gonna catch it.
That's
It's
right. Yeah,
so
my go-to year-round rod around here is the 13-foot Patriot. Is probably going to be it for Huckabee rods. Uh,
great.
it's called Power Fishing now. Power Fishing. It's a
That's right.
new owner. So yeah,
Derek
check them
Martin,
guys out. Derek Martin. That's what I was looking for.
great guy. So you guys don't use braid when fishing brush piles. Calvin, I do not.
I like the idea, Calvin. When you use the braid, I get what you're saying. You can pull that hook straight out. Man, that's where forward facing sonar has saved us so much time, though, because you can stop it right before that brush. So we're not getting hung near as much nowadays. Now, but before LiveScope come out, I use some braid for that reason. Another thing is they have the brush off jig heads now that you can cast and let it just fall in the brush and slow reel it out and still be good. So and we've gotten to where you can tie a knot so fast. So I'm not big into the braid anymore. At first I was a sold braid fisherman till I got to mess with anything else. Braid still works great. In sniping, I'll use braid if I'm by myself because I can control it from tangling a little bit. But clients really get it tangled a lot if you're not used to using it. You got to be used to using it.
Another thing about it I don't like about braid, and I use braid on one occasion, and that would be pulling crankbaits. I like using braid pulling crankbaits because it's smaller diameter and it'll dive faster. You don't have to let out as much line compared to mono. Um, and you can retrieve more baits if you get hung up with braided line.
Hmm.
So that's when I really use braid. But other than that, I don't. Mudfish. Do I ever tip my jigs with minnows when longlining? Seems I catch a lot more. Hey, for me, I have tried, especially when we fish tournaments, longline jigs. We tried minnows, but it seems to me what happens, and you could put a swivel on there, maybe combat it, but
I was about to just say that. Would it not make them think
man,
spin
they'll
crazy?
spin like crazy, and we never picked up that we were catching more fish on it. And you might have a good tip on how to use them when come longline, and
Yeah, yeah.
but
You'd have to hook them a certain way.
oh, absolutely. I think of longline like a reaction bite, and that's what I tell everybody. For me, is it's kind of like if you've got a lab dog and he's sitting there beside you, and all of a sudden you roll a ball or toss a ball. His instinct is to get up and go get that bait,
Yeah.
and that's really what
Mhm.
we're trying to get these fish to do is just attack something off of instinct.
Yeah.
So, okay, here, Anthony, how far will you guys put your split shot above your jig to help that fall?
Another really good question.
It kind of depends. And that's a question that nothing's going to fit every scenario.
Mm-mm.
My favorite size, uh, day in and day out, when we're talking about long poling, is a half ounce or a 3/8 ounce up above my jig. Casting, I very rarely put a split shot. Is it effective? Absolutely, absolutely. But most of the time, I like a split shot or some kind of weight about 12 to 15 inches above the jig.
Yeah. I was gonna say it's depending on the lake. Sometimes I've had to pull that bait
Mhm.
15, 20 inches above it. The weight 15 to 20 inches high because the fish are seeing the weight and it's spooking them. But in like muddy water like Grenada, I've had my weight and bait that far. I mean 4 or 5 inches where you can just put it on their head. It's the first thing they see. It's that reaction bite that Brad was talking about. So
Mm,
sometimes it doesn't matter at all. You just want to put it on them. So it always I'm always fluctuating that for sure.
yeah. Uh, Asking how Nicholas did on that tournament's this coming week. So we're waiting. Hopefully, Nicholas can come on here and show us a big trophy this week. So good luck out to you,
That'd be
Nicholas.
awesome. You bet.
He's up in Mississippi. Had some weather last weekend, so I'm sure it got real up there as well with all the weather that moved through. Mudfish, he said he's hooking them through the bottom lip and out the mouth. Hey, I can't
Yeah,
knock it
that
because
that's the only way I was gonna picture them swimming straight is if you just hooked them barely on the edge and let them do kind of the swimming. You'd have to put
yeah,
them
I think
on
it would depend on
halfway
their
alive.
speed.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh,
You'd have to go pretty slow.
yeah, I was wondering how fast are you usually trolling those, long lining those? I would think you'd have to be around point 0.8, but that's just you know my guess on that. Oh, all right.
Eric Berge
Eric,
has another great question. He's full of them today. He's
I
got
like it.
really good ones. I do too. He said, when you guys are tournament fishing or guiding clients, how long do you give an area before you go somewhere else? That's a good question. Uh, I'm gonna give an area the best opportunity to do its best, but I want to if I think in the back of my mind that there's another spot that could do me better, even if we're catching fish sometimes. Now they say don't ever leave fish to catch to find fish. Don't ever leave fish to find fish.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I'm gonna go to a place and fish it as hard as I can for a small amount of time. And if it's not just lights out fishing, and I think I can get clients on something better, I'm gonna move and go check it out because you can always come back. You're never tied to that one spot. So you can always come back. If it was like sometimes we'll be on a decent bite, but I'm like, man, I think we get limits faster. I think we could have a better experience if we went over here. Let's go check it out. If it's not good at all, then you can just come right back and do what you were doing. But why not give it a chance to go see something better? Same with the tournament fishing. If you're doing okay or you find you're like, I think we're on some fish, definitely go try to find something better because somebody else is going to if you don't. So you're always just trying to do
Yeah.
better. You gotta. That's kind of the way I look at it, I guess. But if the fish ain't biting at all, I don't give it long. I'll be rocking and rolling. Again, you can always come back. I always say like
Yeah.
if this brush pile they ain't biting, you could come back in 2 hours and catch 15 off of it. I've done it before. So I'm one to run around quite a bit. I think that's a lot to do with success. When a lot of people struggle sometimes, they didn't hit 55 brush piles. They only hit three. I'm just flying and getting all kinds of spots.
It comes down to me is confidence in the area. If you feel
Oh
like
yeah,
you ain't got them dialed in right, and you're like, all right, it's probably not the fish, it's that I'm missing something. Or if you feel the opposite, you're like, all right, I feel like I've got the right presentation and the right baits down.
and they're just not feeling it.
They're not feeding. I'm
Yeah,
gonna, I'm gonna at least put it out of the back of my mind, saying, all right, we've got this. I feel like let's go test that theory in another area. So it's
yeah.
going to come back to the whole confidence. If you got confidence in an area and like, man, I know the fish are here. I just got to figure out how they're biting, and it could be the opposite. I feel like the fish aren't biting as well here. Let's go see this other area over here. But uh,
Hmm.
it goes back to confidence for me.
Yeah, yeah.
Fish, he's saying .9 as far as the long lining goes.
Yeah, Anthony said he said, "Okay, I had a fish attack the weight and was
Yeah.
running about 6 inches above." Anthony, you're running that into that a lot. All I would do is just slide that thing up, 15 inches if you have to, 20 inches. If they're chasing that weight a lot, if you're in clear water, it sounds like you are.
Yeah.
Uh, you just move that thing higher, so that way the only thing they'll see is the bait. A lot of times though, if they're hitting that weight and not hitting your jig, they're not liking what your jig is. There's something in that weight, and I always say a lot of them weights have the flash to them, and they give a little minnow shad flash to them. So I try to mimic something like a lot more natural colored for bait fish or whatever it is, because if they're hitting your weight, they're wanting something natural. It seemed like to me.
Yeah. John is asking, he said, how do you keep it from tangling in the weight? I think that's going to be part of it somewhat. And for me, it goes back to, you know, is is it just overpowering the jig itself? I'm using like, let's say, a 1/32 and I've got a 1 ounce weight. Well, we know if you sling it out there and let it drop really fast,
Yeah,
that 1 ounce weight is how much ever.
yeah, it's gonna blow by. Yeah,
It's blow by it really quick. So sometimes it goes back to, hey, let's match up the size of the jig head closer to the size of the bait itself. Also, whenever I see fish hitting the weight, the first thing I'm gonna do is move the weight up higher.
yeah.
There's days that I've had to move it up 2 foot, and I'm like, all right, let's
Then you just take it off.
let's
Yeah.
move it up and get a heavier weight down there or a different jig. So it all kind of
I'll tell you what I've done before, Anthony, too, is rigged up a double jig system. When they will not stop hitting that top weight, I'll put a heavy jig up top and a littler jig on bottom and just drop that on their heads. So then if they come up and bite it, you've got them.
what we hit the 253 guys. So definitely thank you everybody that
I'm
hit the
talking about.
thumbs up for us tonight. You guys rock it out every single Tuesday night. Cannot thank you enough for watching us and what we're doing out here. Um, but thank you guys for doing that. I really appreciate it. Um, Jeremy Sanders. Oh, Courtney let the net blow
Uh-oh.
out the boat, but she upgraded
Oh no.
baby fish during the championship. So sounds like she kind of made up for it, Jeremy.
Yeah, yeah.
We're going to
You
back.
ain't got
I mean, that's great. It's that net. You'll need to have another one ready next time. How about that? Mr. Charles Henderson, when will the shad move into the lakes off the river on the Pearl, like Horseshoe Lake? For me, Charles, it's going to bend on current. You're going to
gotta
need
have that current.
got to
Yeah.
have current to push them back there. Um, and some of them's going to move shallow. There's shad when it cools off some as well, and they'll start migrating up the lake more. But around November, really Thanksgiving has always been, I think, of a heavy shad migration around the Thanksgiving period. But current to push them in there a little bit faster. John, appreciate it. Said, good night, guys. Mr. King, good night to you as well. Thank you for joining us as well, everybody. We got a couple more minutes. We got 264 likes. So, I mean,
Ooh-wee, that's what I'm talking about.
definitely encourage you as well. If you have not hit the subscribe button on YouTube, we need it like 3 or 4 more subscribers on YouTube to hit the 16,000. And we do that. We might even get, I think Dustin needs one of those, what is those little whistle things?
Oh yeah, little party blowers. I know what you're talking about.
We need
Yeah.
some little party blowers for every time we hit the
Mhm.
250 mark for you. That would be so funny.
Yes, it would. Yeah, hey, don't put it past me. I may have one next time.
You
Next
should
Tuesday,
have one.
7 o'clock.
Uh,
Michael, I appreciate it, buddy. He said, "Great show tonight."
yeah, we got 1 minute left. We're going to do a solid hour.
Dude, and you guys don't think Brad's faithful? You guys got 1 minute left, and he ain't shutting the show down because we got 1 minute.
No,
That's the guy you want running this show right here.
I want
This is who. This
anything.
is who you man. This is who you want to depend on a Tuesday night to be here. That's
Man,
the man right there.
I'm in here like Flynn. I'm here for you guys. I'm here every week, no matter what. Up here slaving away. But I had a great week up here. We got some more to do. I cannot wait to get done though.
Hear that.
It's gonna be a fun thing.
You're gonna be burned out by the end of it.
Yeah, definitely. Thank everybody for joining in. Special thanks for Bobby Garland Baits for doing this as well. The new gear it will be on LureNet this week, Thursday night. Use your discount code Crappie Connection 15 for 15% off even the new stuff. So take advantage of that. John, thank you guys for coming
Sure.
on. Great show, Mudfish. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And until next Tuesday night, you got
See y'all
Bradshaw.
later.
I got
Dust
Dustin.
that. You bet.
We'll see you guys next
Y'all take it easy.
Holla. Bingo.